Hey everybody, Duke Ike Brander here. Today in this video, I'm just going to talk about Dane axes and the armor that I suggest wearing when fighting pole or Dane axe in SEA combat. So as you can see, that's my collection, or the majority of my collection. The center one is a live steel one that obviously doesn't get used except on a Pell. And the far right one is a rubber-headed steel rebated rubber axe, pole axe, that is not an SAA weapon either. But anyway, you can see that the length for scale of the middle one is about 62 inches long. The short one is approximately 49 inches tall from the bottom to the tip of the thrusting tip there. So the thing I have here is type L and type M axe heads. Some of them with thrusting tips on the top, some of them without. That first one was a type L. It's a type M. That taller one is a type L with the thrusting tip on the upper point of the beard. The next one here is a type M with a thrusting tip on the rattan. Then I have this one, the short one, is more of a 14th, 15th century medieval style. Shorter, like I said a minute ago, it's about 49 inches overall length. And we use that one shorter because we have full plate legs. Theoretically, when we're using it in the time period, the legs would have been pretty impervious to most weapons. So that would be a heavy killing two-handed weapon. You'd also go to this pole axe that would be easy to make and emulate for SCA combat. I just haven't done one of those yet. The thing you want to remember about axe handles, as you can see on everyone but the short one, I've got flats on either side of the haft, which makes it easier to align the striking edge when you're swinging the axe to ensure the edge is on edge when it hits. So that's really important. I'm not a big advocate of butt spike use. The one there on the left has a butt spike, and the black and red one does as well. I don't use butt spikes very often, mostly probably because I learned originally how to use these things 30 years ago, and we weren't allowed butt spikes. But anyway, I think they're fine to use. I'm just not a guy that uses them a lot. The Greater Gauntlet I have there as an example. You really want to wear excellent hand protection when you're doing polearm. And of course, if you can afford Greters, that's what you want to get. But an enclosed thumb for sure, and a good solid mitten style steel gauntlet is definitely preferred. You got to keep your hands safe. For other pieces of armor, definitely want to go with hip protection, since that's a kill with a polearm two-handed weapon. Something that a lot of SEA fighters we don't really have that good of, and then kind of regret it sometimes. But also definitely shoulder armor. You don't want to get hit on the point of the shoulder, which can really hurt and keep you out of fighting for a while if you don't have at least a spalder or some kind of a shoulder cap or cop. And then, of course, all the other requisite required SCA armor that's required. But definitely hip armor, shoulder armor, good hand protection. I also really recommend good arm protection as well, because those can become a target of opportunity with pole arms that sometimes can hurt real bad if you don't have much other than an elbow cap. So I just wanted to discuss briefly a little bit of that. I'm not going to go into construction or padding requirements or anything like that for the SCA weapons. All the different kingdoms have slightly different rules, and if they were all the same, I generally don't make my axes. I buy them from Torvalder's Leatherworks anyway. So that's where I go. I do have a nice one here. That gold one in black was made by Sir Ustad for me. That's a wonderful axe as well. Anyway, just a little bit of information for the day. Hope you're doing good. Bye.